So last week I passed my IPC. Hooray! What's an IPC? It's an instrument proficiency check. It's basically us instrument pilots who fly under the instrument flight rules. You have to do an instrument proficiency check here in Australia every 12 months. Just a quick side note, any comments about my hair in this video that I see in the comments feed will be immediately deleted. So because I'm now IFR current again, what I thought I'd do is I'd pick the one day in the week where it's like clear blue skies. Nonetheless, we're still going to fly IFR. I'm going to fly to Avalon, do the ILS there so you can see what I did in my instrument proficiency check, and then on to a place called Warrnambool, which is in regional Victoria. And regional Victoria is somewhere that people like me who've lived in metropolitan Melbourne during this lockdown, we haven't been out to regional Victoria for 3 or 4 months.
Echo Yankee Zulu, cleared to Moorabbin via Samick Temple, climb to 3000.
Cleared Moorabbin via Samick Temple, 3000, Echo Yankee Zulu.
Echo Yankee Zulu, pass 2500, contact departures 129.4.
2500, departures 1294, Echo Yankee Zulu. Full power, temperatures and pressures are good. Just engage the autopilot up there just to make sure it's picking up the track and everything okay, just in case I was doing this in IMC. So the autopilot picks up the GPS track out to our first waypoint and it's climbing us up to 3,000 feet. It looks like it's doing a very good job right now. Melbourne departures, Echo Yankee Zulu passing 2,500, climbing 3,000.
Echo Yankee Zulu departures today, you're identified to expect vectors ILS runway 18 approach.
Echo Yankee Zulu.
Runway obscured from ATC, new aircraft. Echo Yankee Zulu, turn right heading to, correction, right heading 300, vectors ILS 18 approach.
Right 300, Echo Yankee Zulu. Alright, right turn, onto heading mode, 300. So runway 36, so it won't be a straight-in approach to Avalon, it will be a circling approach, so our circling minima is 560, plus our 50 feet for pressure error correction, so it'll be 610 minima. And when I do my briefings, just in case, I use the Jefferson charts, I just do my briefings from the top to the bottom of the charts to make sure everything's covered, so this little, the first tab across the top, I'll put it on the screen, first tab on the top, gives you all the frequencies, so it reminds you to get things like ATIS, reminds you what the localizer frequency should be that's tuned in, reminds you what the course should be set for the localizer as well, also what your final approach fix altitude should be, it's Icano in this case, 1340, but then also the missed approach procedure, so missed approach procedure is track 176, which is pretty much runway heading, and climb to 3,000 feet, but we might get a different missed approach procedure from ATC when we talk to them.
Echo Yankee Zulu, track adjustment, turn left heading 290.
290, Echo Yankee Zulu. Not sponsored in any way, but I'm using Garmin Pilot for these approaches. The one thing I do love, and I know you can do it in other EFBs as well, so check if yours can do it as well, but when you overlay the chart on the map, so you can see where you are, you can see your aircraft position, but then you can see scaled correctly whereabouts you are in relation to the approach as well. So even though I can do that here quite easily on the avionics as well, I can see whereabouts I am. That's the extended center line for runway 18, and I know where I am here. It's still so good for situational awareness to have like an indication of roughly where you are in relation to the instrument approach as well.
Echo Yankee Zulu, continue heading 290, contact Avalon approach 133.55 with information Bravo.
Continue heading and 13355, Echo Yankee Zulu. Avalon approach, Echo Yankee Zulu, heading 290, maintaining 3000, and we have Bravo.
Echo Yankee Zulu, Avalon approach, g'day, turn left heading 280, base loop.
Left 280, Echo Yankee Zulu.
Avalon approach, Cessna 172, Yankee Hotel Tango, 1 mile north, Werribee South, 2500, requesting clearance, east of center line, not above 4500, received Bravo.
Echo Tango, Avalon approach, stand by. Echo Yankee Zulu, position 2 miles left for localizer, turn left heading 210 to intercept, cleared ILS runway 18 approach, report established.
Left turn 210, cleared ILS 18, Echo Yankee Zulu. Alright, left 210, we should pick it up from here. What I've done is armed the approach now And by arming it,
X-ray Romeo Zulu.
you can see those have turned blue. Localizer's coming in now. So because it's on heading mode now, it's picked up the nav, so Echo Yankee Zulu should do a turn now to the left, as she does, thank you very much. And the glide slope is above us, which is correct. Echo Yankee Zulu established on the localizer.
Echo Yankee Zulu, 11 miles from the overshoot. You happy with a visual right overshoot to Abobo?
Affirm, Echo Yankee Zulu.
Echo Yankee Zulu, when ready, make visual right overshoot at Abobo, climb to 4,000, report the overshoot.
Visual right turn, Ibobo, climb 4,000, and we'll go Echo Yankee Zulu. We've got 1 dot deflection. So I can put in our first stage of flaps. And we pick up the glide slope, that's good. I'll put in our missed approach altitude of 4,000. We'll do our pre-landing checks. I should have done those before getting established. I did forget those, I'll be honest, but I can do them now because I have a little bit of time. So brakes, undercarriage is down and locked, mixture full rich, fuel pump goes on, instruments checked, switches all in place, hatches and harnesses all secure. Milkshake, you're secure. Very good. I'll let you get out on the dash when we do this missed approach and go to, where are we going? Warrnambool. Everything's looking good for the engine, temperatures and pressures are all good. Working our way down the glide slope you can see here. And the CDI that's showing us established on the localizer. So the autopilot's holding that very nicely. You can see the camera's moving around a little bit. It is a bit bumpy today. Nonetheless, it's holding our track and holding our glide slope very well. I'm going to come back on the power because just with those, as we kind of rise up, to catch the glide slope, it will actually dive us down a little bit more. And what I don't want to do is overspeed the flaps by that happening. So I'm going to come back on the power even more because it is a bit gusty and the wind is behind us today as well. 1340, which was perfect. That was spot on. 1340 for Icano. We're 100 knot now, 100 knots, which is much better. That's our minima. We're going to go around.
X-ray Romeo Zulu, no report Alpha traffic.
Because our minima is a little bit higher, we can't go all the way down because it would be a circling approach to runway 36. First stage of flaps away, second stage of flaps away. Echo Yankee Zulu in the missed approach, climbing 4,000.
Echo Yankee Zulu.
Nav mode.
Echo Yankee Zulu, climb to 6,000.
Climb 6,000, Echo Yankee Zulu. No, that's fine. I was wondering why welcome to confused Steph. I was wondering why the track wasn't coming up to my next waypoint and it was actually pointing out in front of us. The reason why was because I was still on nav mode, not GPS mode. It was following the ILS instead of following the GPS track. And that is purely a result of not having flown for a while. I'm not looking here, just making sure that I'm on the correct navigation equipment. So now I'm back on GPS, which is correct. And I've got our next waypoint, which is Ibobo in the distance, and everything looks much better again.
Echo Yankee Zulu, control service terminated. Contact setter 126.8. Come on.
Control service is 780 and 126.8. So yeah, Echo Yankee Zulu. Now we're in uncontrolled airspace. Engine first. I'm just going to finish this. I'm just leaning the engine back. Well, Center Echo Yankee Zulu passing 4,600, climbing 6,000.
Echo Yankee Zulu, Melbourne Centre, area QNH 1016.
1016, Echo Yankee Zulu. Okay, the time has come. Milkshake, welcome back to the air again. So now we're not doing any training, now we're in the cruise, we're in uncontrolled airspace, and we've got 30 minutes until we're going to try and overfly Warrnambool. Might do the RNAV there, we'll see how we feel. But now we've got 30 minutes until our next destination, Milkshake. Enjoy the scenery. Oh, I tell you what, I've missed you, regional Victoria. I've been too long, well we all have, all of us in Melbourne have been stuck in the city for pretty much 4 months. Not being able to get out to regional Victoria again and see this beautiful landscape. It's so good to be back. Okay, time to buckle up, milkshake. Nice and safe there. As we make our way descending down to the RNAV at Warrnambool. Okay, right turn to bring us onto the final approach course, which should be 307. And now we've got, excellent, so now we've got our, basically our, it's not a glide slope, but it's a vertical guidance for the RNAV, which Echo Yankee Zulu should follow down. Warrnambool traffic, Echo Yankee Zulu is 10 miles to the southeast on descent from 3000. We're going to be doing the missed approach runway 31 and then climbing overhead the aerodrome. Estimate overhead time 05, Warrnambool.
Warrnambool Aerodrome.
So one thing I didn't do there was get the flaps in on that 1 dot deflection, which means that we were a little bit fast coming down. So slowed us down, put the flaps in now, and then I'll get the power back up again, just to correct that. That's just me being sloppy. That's me focusing on the radio call and not flying the aircraft there, but that's why I'm doing this, to get all those, brush all those cobwebs off me. But now we've got one stage of flaps, we're coming down the vertical path, we're at 110 knots, just like we were on the ILS, which is looking really good, so the same sort of descent profile. I've made my radio call, I'm listening to Melbourne Centre in case we need them. Alright, we should be at 1,950 when we pass over this waypoint, which is basically now, and we're at 1950. The right QNH? Yeah, 1950. Warrnambool traffic, Echo Yankee Zulu is on a 5-mile final runway 31. We'll be doing a missed approach and then climbing over the aerodrome, tracking to the east. Warrnambool traffic. Very gusty down here now, look at that. 40 knot wind actually coming off the nose. Alright, so I'm going to go around to that point, so we'll disconnect the autopilot. I'm going to take that stage of flaps out. Have full power. Very gusty. Actually looking at the windsock down there at Warrnambool, that's a pretty solid crosswind. Probably coming from about 30 degrees I reckon, maybe 15 to 20 knots. Warrnambool traffic, Echo Yankee Zulu is climbing overhead the aerodrome, 1,500, we'll be climbing up to 5,000, tracking eastbound, Warrnambool traffic. Okay, that all worked really well actually. I was happy with the ILS into Avalon, happy with the RNAV into Warrnambool there. Whilst we're in this cruise, you know what we should do? We should check the ice protection, the TKS that I have on board. Because I haven't run that for a little while. I'll just run it on normal to start with. It takes a couple of minutes for the liquid to get pushed out of those little holes at the front of the wing and then start to stream back over the wings. A little bit hard to see on the camera, I understand that, but you can maybe pick up just the liquid, the TKS fluid that's flowing back and reflecting off the sunlight slightly. There's a little bit more out on the right wing there, I can see. Whenever I show a shot of the wing and you've got that metal flap that's sticking up on my fuel cap there, a lot of you saying, is your fuel cap open? It's not, it's just the design of that fuel cap on this model of the Cirrus, which actually there's a metal plate that you can connect a static line to for refueling. Okay, TKS, to turn that off, that seems to be running okay. I'll check the levels and everything with Stephen and Blue Demon and the engineering team when I get back, make sure there's enough TKS, but in case we ever come into any unexpected icing, I can turn that system on and it does give me a little bit of a benefit to help try and remove some of that ice.
Traffic, 2 o'clock, low, 2 miles. Traffic, 1 o'clock, low, 2 miles.
Echo Yankee Zulu, just for information, Seminole traffic is below you at 3,600 tracking eastbound.
Traffic inside, Echo Yankee Zulu.
Thank you.
Traffic, 9 o'clock, low,
Echo
0
Yankee Zulu,
miles.
I've got no reported IFR traffic, no additional observed VFR traffic for descent.
Echo Yankee Zulu, copied. We'll do the visual descent. We've got the twin just below us and I don't want to descend into him, so we're going to track probably about 10-20 degrees right from here.
Echo Yankee Zulu, thanks, that's understood.
Echo Yankee Zulu, looks like that Seminole is trying to speed up, but he's turning into you. I think they're going to try and go number 1, that alright with you?
Hey firm, we have the traffic inside, so to the Seminole, we're going to come in behind you and let you go number 1, Echo Yankee Zulu. I suppose he's got one more engine than me, so he's going to be faster.
Echo Yankee Zulu, clear land.
Clear land, Echo Yankee Zulu. It turns out what I thought would be a fairly ordinary training flight for me turned into, well, that was a really useful exercise actually, with all the traffic coming into Moorabbin. It just goes to show you never know what to expect when you're flying. Every day you learn something new. Alright, hey, thanks for watching, thanks for following along. Do click on that subscribe button if you like what you see and you want to watch more videos on this channel. I do really appreciate the support. Otherwise, hope you all have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.